discuss this one too. Gay marriage. We've been beating up, knocking around about this one for a while, haven't we? Should we, shouldn't we? Of course, 20, 30 years ago, people were like, hell no! But by the very liberal 90s, we were still going, ew, gross. But by the 21st century, people were finally saying, yes, of course, let them. Come on, they're one of us now. Come on, after Will and Grace, after Queer Eye, after the Straight Guy, after the out-fucking network. It's time. It's past time. Why is it still not happening here in America? It was okay in France for some time. That's why so many homosexuals in this country left to France, including, you know, Rudolph Nureyev and all that. Gay marriage is illegal not only in Holland and Amsterdam, but even in America, in Vermont. Major cities like LA and New York and San Francisco have been pounding around about this for quite some time, haven't they? It's time! I mean, come on. Why are gays still unofficial roommates? Why? If they're looking at test tube babies, they're right, it's time to officially make them one of us. Nowadays, pretty much every single long-time heterosexual person says the same thing. It's time, yeah, it's time. It's time that gays were unhappy too. They want to be as miserable as the rest of us, let them. See, I fully support gays' right to marry, but the thing is, I don't think they should. I don't think gay people actually should get married. They should be able to, but I think they should exercise their right not to. Why? Listen, gay meant happy for a reason. It's not just because the most obvious gays were flamboyant and loud. You know what I'm talking about. There's so many straight people who were over the top. Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Kevin Kline. Gay people who just put straight men who were just too much. They weren't homosexual. They were flaming. They were too gay to be homosexual, if you follow. That's when the whole metro thing, people were metro before that was officially a term. Gay means happy in our language, doesn't it? It's not going to mean happy if basically gays are out there getting married. I mean, right now, I think gays have a better setup. I think the gays are actually doing better. I mean, consider this. They can live together lifelong without having to worry about any of that common law crap. Everything that's yours is yours, you know? And I understand you want the big wedding and the rights and all that, but I mean, do you know what the average straight people go through? They don't want to get up and basically work another long, tired day, but they fear, they never really stall, they never stall going home because they don't want to face their significant other. They don't want to come home to and bitch about their day, and what the hell's the matter with you, and bitch about money. And right now, the gays have such a sweet setup. There's none of that divorcee, married, common law marriage stuff, where even if two people just live together, a man and woman, they're legally married. I think this law was basically just invented so women could basically snake their way into getting everything. Women are very snaky. They are. This is a fact. You can't trust anybody. Period. And the saddest, scariest thing of all is that gays want this same thing. I don't think they realize how good they've got it. It's like the way feminists used to scream about equality. Then they found out what equality really meant. They all wanted to work, but then they found out what working really was. They thought we were all having fun at work. We were all asserting ourselves out now. Baby, work sucks. And it sucks now more than ever. And the same thing is true of marriage. That's what happens with all this economic decline and all that. You want to get married? Go for it. But just don't say we didn't warn you. When all those gay guys, when all those heteros out there said they want to be miserable too, don't just look at it as a funny line. Look at it as a warning. Marriage doesn't necessarily mean marry. I mean the honeymoon, the wedding, and the wedding night. And everything after that, believe me, it really is all downhill. The next high point that comes around after you've settled is grandchildren. And even then, let's hope those don't come too early, you know? To all the LGBT out there, God bless, I mean that more than ever. Oh, and keep watching. This OCD, ADD, autistic son of a bitch has just begun. You ain't seen nothing yet.